Leo, Mariah here. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing all right. So of course I want to go ahead and get into your reading, and I want to see what comes out for you. So I'm going to leave it open-ended. Whatever spirit wants you to know, I'm going to convey at this time. So let's take a look. Let's see. So spirit guides, angels, and sisters, what is it that you want Leo to know at this time? What is the most important messages? I'm hearing overworked and overwhelmed. So you may be feeling overworked, you may be feeling overwhelmed, you may be having a lot on your plate right now, or a lot that you have to deal with. You're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience. You're starting over from experience, and you know this. You know this, but it feels like you're having to start all over from ground zero, and it's, even though right now, whatever just came down, whatever either you just lost, had to leave out of your life, exit out of your life, whether something may have unveiled itself to you, something came to a close, just straight out the gate. And just for some of you, you may have already went through this, but this would be very recent. And I mean like within the last month or two at max, you would have just went through this. But others of you, you're going through this right now. And it does feel overwhelming because, and now it makes sense why I got that overworked and overwhelmed, because I think right now we're trying to, I don't want to say frantically, but I think we're in this weird haze of what do we do next? How do I go about this? How do I resolve this? Or how do I handle this? How do I pick up the pieces from what just collapsed? And picking up the pieces, what does that look like? How do I even get, I just see a lot of question marks all over the place. So that's where I go back to, you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience though, because you may have gone through something similar, but it may have had a different facade to it, right? It may have looked different. Maybe the scenarios or the players were different. Maybe the events of how it unfolded was slightly different, but the experience at its core is still the same. So if you knew how to get through that and you were able to overcome it, you can overcome this. It just looks a little different. You may have to maneuver a little bit different from before. But you have the tools, you have the ability, and you have the strength. And I would be amiss if I didn't tell you, really pay attention specifically to those moments of like deja vu, when something just feels so familiar. It feels like little context clues, spirits trying to kind of ping you, let you know something, make you aware of something, trying to connect with you. So those, it's odd, you may have like, and even if it's not deja vu, but it's deja vu adjacent, like those weird supernatural or weird auspicious moments that just feels a little off or surreal, that spirit trying to ping you, trying to get your attention. Even in your dream sleep, especially in your dream sleep where you're recharging not only spiritually, but just your energy. It feels like spirit is trying to connect with you, trying to talk to you. I bring it back a little bit to what's happening though. I don't know what this is. This is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the 10 of Swords. And even on the bottom of the deck, the 3 of Swords in reverse. I kid you not. Okay. I wasn't expecting this, Leo. Can you tell me what else, Spirit, here for Leo? What else? Why are you showing me this energy? What is going on with this energy? Why are you showing me this energy? Empress. Why are you showing me this energy? It's the Cups in reverse. It's the vehicle you thought that you were going to use. The vehicle you thought you were going to use to take you to a certain direction wasn't the vehicle that's intended. It's like in our mind, we thought that this avenue was going to get us to a certain route, but it wasn't, and it never was intended to. It was meant to get you to a certain point, but you were meant to get off of that route, and yet we continued on, and that's where it feels like Spirit said, this got to stop. You got to stop. It's like you missed your exit. I hate that I'm talking a little bit abstract here. Please forgive me. I'm just going off of what I'm feeling energetically. You know how I am. But that's what that reminds me of. So if I was to put this towards your context, this feels like you were dealing with a situation that you thought was going to maybe either move forward, or maybe a situation that we had hope in. Maybe we thought we were going to see positive results eventually. Maybe we thought things are going to change. Maybe we thought things were going to improve. This was like something we were betting on or having our hopes on, or we've been putting effort and work into. And we continued on and continued on despite, and you would have seen signs of issues and still persevering, right? So we may have dealt with a roadblock here and a roadblock there, but yet internally we said we need to keep going. Don't let this stop us. Keep going. And we maybe thought those were signs to keep moving forward, because if you can persevere, you'll get to where you need to be. But no, they were signs to say, hey, Leo, stop. It's trying to slow you down, to reroute you. And you took that as a challenge. It feels like you took that as a challenge, or you took that as I am going to keep going. You're not going to stop me. Almost, I don't want to say this was an ego thing. I don't think it was to that type of severity, but I do think you couldn't take no for an answer. You wanted to still persist, whether this was still persist with a relationship, still persist with a job, still persist with like a health situation or family circumstances. And you kept going when it was trying to slow you down. But this is where that experience comes in, because now you can see, now you have a better understanding of, hey, if I need to reroute and pivot versus actually keep going, it's like now you're more agile. You're gonna be much more swift on your feet when things come about in this new scenario that you're gonna be coming into. But right now it's like the tower is coming down. The tower is coming down, or again, if this has happened to you, I would say within the last month to 2 months, then you're just kind of in that rebel, right? Like that purgatory where, you're not where you were anymore, but you're not where you're going. And you're just kind of in this weird haze of like, okay, what am I going to do next? Where do I go next from here? How do I even move forward? You're just still trying to figure that out until things move and put itself in place, so that way you can move into your new direction. Others of you, this is like something that you're letting go of right now. That just holds no space. It holds no true value. I don't know if it ever truly did. And if it did at one point, it sure doesn't anymore. And I think understanding your worth and your value, it's like you're trying to preserve what you can as of right now. Whether it is, let me preserve the rest of my money because, right now things are coming down. Let me preserve my own mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological health, because these situations are just, I can't keep dealing with this. I have to get this out of my life. It's like you're trying to preserve what you can while things are just coming down or things are shifting. And for others of you, if it's like surrounding your worth and your value, you're just confused on what direction next is going to be very valuable for you. What direction next is going to be in alignment with your purpose, in alignment with your life plan, in alignment with your higher self. It's like you're trying to figure out where that direction is, but there's a haze with it. Because through this process, it feels like enlightenment, or it feels like it brought clarity, like epiphany moments. And that's what's going to continue to happen. This isn't the first, and I go back to that auspicious moment. Oh my goodness, now it's clicking. I go back to the auspicious moments I was talking about, that spirit trying to ping you, trying to reach out to you, trying to connect with you, tap into you, trying to speak to you, help you through this process, guide you through that. But it's connected. It's connected. So those auspicious moments all come back to spirit trying to reach out to you, trying to talk to you, trying to communicate with you about this, how to move forward, how to direct yourself forward, even though you feel a lack of clarity, even though you feel a lack of guidance. I hope this makes sense. I don't know if this is making sense or not, Leo. I genuinely do not know. Anything else? Anything else? King of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm hearing Sunday and the 28th. So I don't know if it's Sunday the 28th that's going to be important, or if it's Sunday that's separate and then the 28th that's separate. There's a document that's going to come in that's going to be really important that you got to deal with. So I don't know if this is a document that you're getting ready to send to somebody that's going to come in for them, or you're getting a document. But it's important to make sure that you really look at that document, because there's some things that may be in the details that somebody tried to either omit details or try to finesse certain words to make something seem a little bit different than what was agreed upon or intended to. Or even if it comes down to results, make sure that whatever tests were done are accurate. Just something has to be looked at if you're dealing with any kind of documents. Sorry not to go into a side message. So tell me about, now that Leo is dealing with this ending, what is next? What is next to come for Leo? What is next to come for Leo? Queen of Swords in the reverse. 3 of Cups. What is next for Leo? What is next for Leo? 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. 2 of Cups. You need a breather. You need there's an overwhelmed feeling here. You just really need a breather. You need to be able to, whether it's take a getaway, take a trip, take a vacation. I know some of you may not be in the position to be able to do that, to physically go somewhere, but you may have to do something even within your proximity to be able to decompress. It just feels like you got a lot right now that you're having to deal with, that's either keeping you up, that's making you feel restless, that's making your mind just jump from left to right to left, that's making you pace a little bit here, just have you thinking and overthinking and triple thinking about situations. It's like Spirit wants you just to take a moment, because you're gonna have to get back into this and deal with this. But if you could take a moment, you can be able to think clearer as you're going through whatever's happening right now in your life. But you got people that care about you. I think that's the best thing. You do have a support team around you, whether you know it or not. And I think as you go through this, you may feel isolated because it's happening to you. You're having to deal with whatever this thing is that you're having to let go of. So you may feel isolated, but you have people that are in support of you, or that will love you, that will be there for you, that will ride with you through this process. And if it's not people that's in your physical, this may be more on the metaphysical side. Maybe, you know, your spirit team, your angels, people that, you know, you've built a spiritual connection from this world to the other with, and they are with you. They really are. But you're covered. That's the one thing. You are covered through this time. You are protected through this time. Whatever the worst of the worst has already happened. That's the one thing I will say. Whatever needed to come down has already happened, or you are literally in the midst of it, so you know about it. This is not something that's about to happen. This is something that you're literally going through. And really all you can do is breathe through this. Breathe through this. You will find your footing and you'll be able to get back on track. I just think that maybe our nervous system, your soul, just feels a little bit on edge right now, because you're in a odd phase in life, right? And in this moment. So Leo, I know this is not for everybody, whoever this is for, because this is for somebody, feel specific. Hopefully this is connected and resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is in the description box below. But this is where I'm going to leave you, and you have a good one. Bye.